polishing process basically involves multiple steps to get to a polished concrete floor from the beginning. The steps are generally, there's about 8 to 10 steps depending on what level you're going to. Right now we are at the newest Daytona Auto facility. This is their new showroom. The joints have already been pre-filled. We filled them a few days ago. And right now we're just getting our equipment ready and we're going to start running the grinders to start the opening cuts on the floor. So the grinder will be starting up and then we'll be taking a look at how the first cut of diamonds is going and determining whether we can start with that set or if we need to perhaps go to a different diamond, a lower step. What we're doing now is we're changing the diamonds. After the test, we found that the diamond selection that we made isn't cutting the concrete enough on the first pass because the concrete is so hard. So we're moving to a 35X diamond and we'll test that out to see how that cuts on its first pass. This is a common process at the very beginning of the polish to see which diamond will cut the best. What we're doing here is checking the concrete. This is the first cut. And here, if you clean a bit here, you can see the transition here from the concrete as it exists after it's just finished by the people doing the floor, the steel trowel. And this is after the first cut of the 35s. The 35s seem to be doing a real nice job here, cutting it open in single pass, getting it nice and exposed for us. We don't have a lot of deep scratches either that I can see.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. The X's tend to leave a very deep scratch because they're so strong, so powerful, so much diamond exposed. And in this case, being that this floor is very hard, they don't seem to be leaving too deep a scratch, so we'll be able to take it out with the next step quite nicely. We started our process of grinding the entire floor at 35 grit, doing the edges simultaneously at the same grit levels. We did the diamonds at 55, 80, and then we start with resin bond diamonds on our main grinder at 60 grit resin bond after the 80 grit metals. And we continue with the polishing pads on the edges, including the use of our Clindex machine and some hand polishing as well, all the way up to 1500 grit. After the 1500 grit, we wash the floor twice to clean it all off. In this case, we lay down a stain guard, LS guard it's called. Final burnish on the floor with our propane burnisher, high-speed propane burnisher. It's a 27-inch machine, and we use a diamond encrusted pad from HTC, a twister pad at 3000 grit. One of the things you don't want to do when doing a floor like this is skipping steps. Because what happens is the floor can look good, people can put down a stain guard, you know, the LS guard, etc. You can put it down, burnish the floor, it looks great. The problem is, within months the floor will start to break down because it hasn't had the fine grinding that it needs. You can produce a shine on the floor, but it's the clarity of the floor that needs to last a long time, how smooth the concrete is. And that can only be done by doing each step in the process.